guys, Caleb Coffey here with PoleVaultDrills.com. This is part 2 of sprint mechanics, and I'm going to go through a few drills, just some basic technique, and this will cover the second part of your sprint mechanics. Alright, so in this one we're going to talk about the knee drive and then the snap through. Alright, so knee drive. In the last video I talked about there are 3 ways to increase your speed. Okay? One is to increase your sprint cycle rate without decreasing stride length. The second is to increase stride length without decreasing your sprint cycle rate. And the third is to increase both of those. Okay? Now a lot of kids, okay, now in this video we're going to look at more the stride length. Part 1 was lining the heel. That's more about being fast and increasing stride cycle rate. This one's going to be more about increasing stride length. Okay, a lot of kids struggle when they sprint with not getting their knees up all the way. Okay, a lot of times you'll see them running like this. Okay, remember, if we increase stride length without decreasing the rate at which we're coming through, we're going to become faster. Okay, so we want to get those knees up to about 90. Okay, now this is going to feel really weird if you've never done this, but it is going to make you faster, so make sure you're working on this stuff. Alright, so last time we talked about lining the heel, leaning against something. You can do this same thing, but what we're going to do this time is we're just going to drive the knee. Okay, we're going to call them knee drives. This is great for pole vaulters, you know, because we got to drive that knee when we take off. Alright, but so knee drive. It doesn't really matter which leg you're doing. I mean, you don't have to flip around. You can just kind of do both of them. You know, it all works here. Basically, this is just so you know, I can be nice and strong. I mean, you can do this without a hurdle, but it kind of helps when you're just first figuring it out. Alright, so knee up. So all we're going to do is we're going to work on that dorsiflexion as soon as it leaves the ground. Okay? And it's just going to come straight up and straight down. Okay, that's all we're doing. Straight up, straight down. See, I'm getting up to 90, snapping it back down. See how my foot is staying dorsiflexed? I'm not going plantar flexion here. I'm not doing this. Because again, my ankle will absorb much of that energy. We want the energy to go into the ground, propel us. Okay, so we're dorsiflexed. Alright? Now, a lot of kids, if their hip posture is not correct, they're not going to be able to get their knee up to 90. Okay, a lot of sprinters have their pelvic rotated so that even if they try to, they can only get it up this high. Okay? Now, if you're like a heel flipper, a lot of heel flippers have that pelvic rotated the wrong way, and that's why they can bring their heel up so high. Now, if you're one of these kids, you need to bring it down under. You need to rotate your pelvic upwards. Okay? Upwards and forwards. This is the reason you want to do this. When you rotate it like this, not only are you able to increase your range of motion in your stride, you will also be able to fully extend and push harder when you're coming off the ground. Okay, so in each cycle, when you're propelling yourself forward, if you have your hips back like this, you're never going to get all the power you need to go forward. But if you tuck that under and you run with more of a tight core, notice this? I'm going here. Watch my hips. It's not this. It's right here. Alright? When you're here, you increase your range of motion. You'll be able to fully extend and propel yourself forward. You will also be able to use stronger muscles when you're running. Okay? You'll be able to use more of your glutes, more of your hamstrings, and that will help you be able to be more powerful, also be able to be faster. Okay? So that's why we want to keep that pelvic rotated forwards and under. Okay? Alright, now back to this. So make sure that pelvic is forward and under. You want straight up, straight down. Alright? Again, like lining the heel or straight lining, we can do like 10 of these in a row really fast. You know? Boom, boom. See that? You switch sides. Now, if you're just learning these for the first time, go slow. Go slow until you feel comfortable, then pick up the pace. But make sure you're self-correcting the whole time. If you're like, oh, that felt weird, that felt wrong, do it again. Now, a lot of these are gonna feel weird the first time, but they're gonna make you faster, okay? So now, talk about the knee up. Now we're gonna talk about snapping it back down. Okay, for this drill, we're just going straight up and straight back down. And, you know, ideally, this works well for this drill, just coming straight up, straight back down. But when you're sprinting, you want this foot to be directly under your center of mass when it comes through. So when you snap this through, it should be directly under your center of mass, okay? So for this drill, obviously it's coming out forward in front a little bit, but what you want to work on is when it comes up, it's snapping back down center of mass. So if you're first trying this drill, do it out in front. As you get used to it, bring it up, snap it back down directly under mass, center of mass right here. Then switch legs, okay? Alright, so that's part 2 of sprint mechanics. Make sure you go watch part 3. We're going to talk about putting straight lining or lining the heel and knee drive together into the full sprint cycle. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.